Welcome back. This is Kim Christenson. Back in September of 2016, she suffered a major heart attack, the kind that they call the widowmaker. In her words, she wouldn't be alive today if everything hadn't fallen perfectly into place.
So wonderful. She's sharing her story with us. Today is National Wear Red Day, hoping to bring attention to the leading killers of women, which is heart disease and stroke. And we are happy, of course, that everything fell into place for Kim. She's lucky to be alive, she says. Today on the Yellow Couch, she joins us along with Mary Dowell, who's a volunteer for the American Heart Association. Great to see both of you.
Good morning. Nice seeing you.
The first thing that hits me is just how young you are. So this happened 2 years ago in the fall of 2016,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And how old were, do you mind if I ask how old you were?
No, I don't mind at all. I was 55.
No way.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
And hadn't you just worked out? I mean, you exercised regularly, right?
So truly, I was as fit as I'd ever been in my life. I was so strong. So right in the middle of the exercise, yeah, that's when the pain began.
What kind of exercise were you doing? I mean, walk us through. 'Cause I gotta tell you, you are not the face of the person that I think when I think heart disease, which is why you're perfect to be talking to right now.
Thank you.
What were you doing? And how did it go?
I was working with a trainer, and so we were working. It was incredibly vigorous. Vigorous is probably a euphemism for what it was, but really, really challenging. And in the middle of the workout, I started to feel a sensation in my chest, my lungs really, that felt like burning. So we just took a moment and rested and went back to the workout, and it came back. And that's when it started to change. It went from the burning sensation to, you know, I describe it less so as the elephant on the chest pressure, but more so a feeling of tearing. So down my arms, into my chest, my back, my neck, my jaw. It was indescribable, the pain.
No, is it true you had, because when we say the widowmaker, it's sort of a cute term for a very nasty thing, which is 100% blockage.
Yes,
in your case, in one side, the left side.
Yeah, so
right?
It's in the left anterior descending artery, and that's where this occurs. And this is an artery that is responsible for feeding a massive part of the heart with blood. So if it's blocked, very bad things will happen.
Is this something that was running in your family? Like, what did they say was the reason?
Cholesterol. So I had always had high cholesterol, not crazy high, but high enough. But because of the lifestyle that I lead, the way I eat, I take good care of myself. My doctor and I decided, you know, you have a tiny little chance of something bad happen. Well, that chance kind of turned around and bit me. So
hey, we've talked a lot about your story, and I think it's important for people to understand because you're very unique, although we know that so many women, way too many women in our country die of this. Now, this is what I understand from your story, is that the paramedics who came knew what to do because they're part of the American Heart Association's Mission Lifeline program. So they were able to use your EKG reading to alert the hospital that they needed to prepare a Cath lab for you, because that's what you need to do right upon arrival to determine what you're suffering from and then take steps to save you. And you actually coded, so you almost died 6 times?
Yeah, so I got to the hospital and coded for the first time. Then they took me up to the Cath lab. And
do you have a memory of that, or is this what you understand from other people?
I don't have a memory of coding. I actually thought I had fallen asleep, which is really interesting. I had a dream too, which was fascinating.
Okay, I kind of want to know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the dream?
This is, you know, for everyone to make of it what they will. But I dreamed that I was in a large room and there were people moving in 2 different directions, and they were dressed sort of for work. Old people, young people, a really diverse group. And my feeling about the whole thing was not fear, it was not happiness, it was just that I was observing. Nobody reached out to me, nobody spoke to me, nobody noticed me. And then I woke up, and that's when I realized that it actually died.
That is fascinating and very scary.
I was going to say, let's get to Mary here, because as the volunteer for the American Heart Association, let's talk about some of the things that I know you have the walk coming up and so many things that people can do, because this education that those paramedics had was valuable and something the American Heart Association took care of, right?
Right, right. And so there, to me, the main thing is education and awareness. And so let me just say, you can go to the website of the American Heart Association, which is www.heart.org. But what things that you need to do to prevent things like, of course, exercise, eat well, look at your cholesterol, monitor that, get it down, monitor your blood sugar, monitor your blood pressure, and know your family history because it's hereditary. So those are some of the things that you can do that's just really simple. You know, I would say like at work, if you go to lunch, do a little walk. You can do that. Add veggies and fruit to your diet, little things like that. The stat that just came out yesterday, the update is that 48%, nearly half of adults in the United States have cardiovascular disease. That is huge. That's frightening. So there are preventive measures. You know, today we are wearing red, but it's not just about wearing something red. It's about encouraging women to make a commitment to take control, take charge of your heart health.
And do it today.
Yeah.
And do it today.
Unbelievable. National Wear Red Day is today. Share your Go Red photos in your story on social media. Incredible, like Kim's. You can tag at AHA Wisconsin or hashtag Go Red MKE for Milwaukee. Unbelievable. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having
so
us.
happy that you're here with us.
Me too.
Appreciate it.
We'll get our picture with you in the commercial. We'll send it out on social media for sure.
Okay.